George Herbert Walker Bush is the greatest example of the guy who got caught in the cutaway. In 1992, they're in a town hall debate in Richmond, and Bush, the rap against him, of course, is that he's out of touch. He doesn't care about regular people. He doesn't want to do the compulsory parts of the campaign because he's a president, and he doesn't want to get messed up with, interacting with the itchy parts of democracy.
We have a question right here.
Yes, how has the national debt personally affected each of your lives? And if it hasn't, how can you honestly find a cure for the economic problems of the common people if you have no experience in what's ailing them?
A woman stands up and asks George Herbert Walker Bush how the debt affects him in his life. And he's not really sure what she's talking about. What does she mean, the debt? And
she's saying you personally.
On a personal basis, how has it affected you?
Has it affected you personally?
Well, I'm sure it has. I love my grandchildren. I want to think that they're going to be able to afford an education. I think that that's an important part of being a parent. Maybe I won't get it wrong. Are you suggesting that if somebody has means, that the national debt doesn't affect them?
Oh, what I'm saying
I'm not sure I get it. Help me with the question, and I'll try to answer it.
Because it's a town hall debate, the notion of empathy with the audience is much more heightened. There's physical contact, and political scientists know that that's actually the way viewers view it, is they see all the answers in the context of the people who are sitting right there. And what Bill Clinton does, because he's practiced it in his hotel room, is he gets off his stool, walks over to the woman, and talks about how he, as a governor of a small town, which used to be an epithet the Bush campaign threw at him, he was just a governor from a small town. But he said, I know the names of people who've been affected by the economy.
I'll tell you how it's affected me. Every year, Congress and the president sign laws that make us do more things, it gives us less money to do it with. I see people in my state, middle-class people, their taxes have gone up in Washington and their services have gone down, while the wealthy have gotten tax cuts. I have seen what's happened in this last 4 years. When in my state, when people lose their jobs, there's a good chance I'll know them by their names. When a factory closes, I know the people who ran it. When the businesses go bankrupt, I know them.
And so again, he was re-emphasizing this idea that he knew what people were going through, their struggles with the economy, and then he tied it to the Bush economic policies. And that was a sort of, the expression feel your pain was not used, but that was showing, not telling. That was Bill Clinton showing that he understood her, empathized with her, had answers for her, and could explain how the previous administration had not been able to take care of people who'd been hurt by the economy. It was really like a four-cushion shot, and he pulled off all the little parts of it perfectly. So while Bill Clinton is doing his I feel your pain routine, George Bush is caught in the background looking at his watch, and he doesn't just glance at his watch. He does it like he's in a theater production and trying to make sure they see it in the last row. And it just accentuated this pre-existing narrative that George W. Bush was just kind of not in the moment, wanted to get through this thing, didn't care, and he got killed by the cutaway.